this saxophone?
It's
What
a
is
sa-
it?
it's a
It's a saxophone. There are different types.
Yes, there are actually many saxophones.
Yes.
But particularly the ones that are commonly used are three.
Yes.
That's the alto saxophone, which is this.
Okay.
And the tenor saxophone, it's slightly bigger with like a curved neck.
Okay.
And then we have the straight one, which is a soprano. And the soprano has been also modified sometimes to look like the alto. It's a tiny one. You've seen Isaiah Katuma play a saxophone that looks like a toy. It's not a toy, it's a real...
I thought it was a flute.
No. Isaiah doesn't play flute, but he plays, he likes, he likes playing soprano saxophone.
Great.
So, yeah.
Good to see you, man. Have a seat. Let's talk music. Jazz, saxophone.
Yes.
Every time I listen to a jazz piece, it's something that soothes the soul. What is it? Why it made you become a jazz maestro?
To start with, I actually, in the beginning, didn't like music, if I could put it that way.
You didn't like music?
Yes, because...
Does it speak about the way you were raised? People who don't like music were beaten a lot.
No, maybe, but I think for the most part it's because of the environment and the community, because we thought that musicians are people who have failed. To do, like, you failed in school and there's nothing else that you can do, then you resort to doing music.
Yeah.
Or someone coming from the marijuana, you know,
space, you're maybe a drug addict.
Yeah.
Because I remember during our time at university, when you told people that you are doing music, dance, and drama, which was MDD, it was loosely interpreted as Musiru Daradara, which means you're a full plus plus.
Right.
Yes. And now, surprisingly, things have turned. Music has become almost one of the biggest income-generating things for this country.
Yes.
Tell me,
true.
when did you start playing the saxophone?
When did I start?
Yes.
Probably that's about 2003-ish. That's generally that's when I was introduced into music. I started with different instruments, pianos, church boy, keyboard,
So
guitars.
you play the keyboard, you play the guitar.
Yes, bass guitar, electric guitar, acoustic guitar, drum kit, and all those things. But then the saxophone was one of the last instruments that I started to do. And it was because no one could play it at the church where I was raised.
So you took the trouble to learn?
I didn't actually want to learn it because I wanted to stay on the bass guitar. There was a bit of competition between the instruments. So there were lots of bassists and everyone wanted to play.
I love the bass guitar, the way it goes.
Yes. And so eventually when I started to play the saxophone, everyone started looking at me like, you shouldn't be here, you should be on the saxophone, you shouldn't come back to the bass. So I ended up trying to learn the saxophone now. But also because of a friend who encouraged me, like, really, learn the saxophone. It's quite a unique instrument.
It's a good instrument.
Yeah.
It makes you look intellectual.
Thank you.
know, there are things that make you intellectual, like people who play chess. You know, people who play the saxophone.
Right.
You know, they make you feel exotic. Yeah? Play the bass guitar. Vroom, vroom. Yeah, people who play snakes and ladders. You know, I used to be a champion in snakes and ladders.
Okay.
Do you play any game apart from playing instruments?
Ironically, I used to like omweso.
Mweso. Mweso in English is mweso.
I don't know the English word.
Yeah, it's like a table game.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, I used to see people playing mweso, and then they would be chewing. I thought they were using coffee beads.
No.
So when the game disturbs you, you swallow some.
No. I know what you're saying. No, the actual beads that they use, I don't know actually how they are called, but they are called mpichi. But I think maybe the people that you saw were chewing actual
coffee, yeah?
Not the beats.
Great.
Yes.
I believe you have some music that you've composed.
Yes,
you have an album.
Yes, I've composed quite a number of music. And I'm more of like a music philosopher, if I could put it that way.
Yes.
And music is a very interesting thing. It's the one subject that combines all the other ones in one.
Yes. You're very passionate about sound.
Yes, both sound and music, production
Yes.
particularly, if we say that. Why I try to learn sound that is in production is because when I went to studios to record my music, most of the ways I would think, most producers were not in position to be in position to think what I'm looking for. And they didn't have the patience because of the list of people that they have to be producing.
Oh.
So that took me into sound engineering and music production.
Absolutely, that's so cool.
Yeah, because I wanted to be in position to produce my own things. Yes.
That's why I like Sound of Music. You know that song, that movie, Sound of Music? Oh, just solve a problem like Maria. You know that song? Which other song do you know in Sound of Music? Do a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of God and sun. Me, a name, I call myself, far a longer way to run. So I need a... You know, I used to be in the choir and I was just...
But you sound like you know what you are doing. Why?
Zed. Anyway, what message do you have for people who love the saxophone?
Okay, there are two people. There are people that love the saxophone that don't play saxophone. There are people that love the saxophone and play saxophone. Which particular category?
Both of the three.
Okay. For the people that love the saxophone for enjoyment, I think what I would encourage you to do is that be in support of the people that actually play the instrument because they really invest in a lot of time. So buy their music, subscribe to their channels. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can
What's your YouTube channel?
Yeah, Robert Aduba. And then you can...
Aduba?
Yes. You can also find my music. Ironically, my music has more sales out of Uganda. It has more sales in Japan, UK, US. You can find it on Tidal. Yes. You can find it on Tidal. You can find it...
Corona? It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. You can find it on all those platforms. Amazon, on Tidal, on iTunes, on most platforms. It's there. About 32 platforms.
Wow. There was a Zambian song that was trending in Uganda. You know, that song. And then when I went to Zambia and they told me the meaning, I was like, Ugandans, you know. Yeah, sometimes it's good to know the meaning of the what? Of the song. Well, so I also play an instrument. Yeah, it's called the fizzy.
The what?
The fizzy.
I've never heard of it.
You've never heard of the fizzy?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. It is a very nice instrument. It's inbuilt. You just have to eat bananas. You know the fizzy?
No.
That is the fizzy.
Okay. Could you construct something out of the fizzy?
Yeah. Now, what happens with the fizzy, it's an accompaniment. You see, like when you buy tea, you buy bread. Bread is not the main. It is the tea. It's to escort the tea. So that's how the fizzy works.
Right.
That's why you'll never find a person saying that I am a fizzy artist or I have a fizzy album, because the fizzy just is an addition to what you... For example, if you're singing a song, I can add to it.
You sure?
Yeah.
I play something?
You play something. Whatever the saxophone plays, the fizzy can play. You see? That is the fizzy. That is the fizzy. So now we are going to compose. We are going to compose.
Okay.
You play something and the fizzy escorts. Like I said, we are like bodyguards. The fizzy is an escort. We are going to compose the song.
Okay.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, yours truly, Aduba and Pablo are going to have a collabo shizzle. Don't drop the shizzle because this is the drizzle, yo. You know what I'm saying? So now we're going to play the saxophone and the fizzy, you know what I'm saying? You missed this at your own risk. Bam! Let's do this.
Okay. So how do we do it? Who's first? Fizzy
The
or
fizzy is an
saxophone?
escort.
Do you have an album of a fizzy?
I have the one for photos. I have 3 albums. so we do the fizz. We start with the saxophone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's saxophone first or fizzy first?
Saxophone. You do your song. Let's do your song, man. You know what I'm saying?
Huh?
Which song are we singing?
I'm trying to think of something that I could easily match with a
Everybody
fizzy.
knows.
Okay.